Hey everybody, Reptilian Cow again with another Sword Coast Legends video. This time we're taking a closer look at the Wizard. I've already done a brief overview of the character creation process. This is just going to be focused on the Wizard ability tree. I'll leave a link in the description to the other video. Alright, everybody's favorite, the Arcane Tree. Arcanists gain their spells through the grueling study of ancient texts. Ancient magic contains some of the most powerful and well-known spells in wizardry, with a mix of both single-target and area of effect spells. Starting off with Mage Armor. A magical protective force surrounds you, increasing armor class by 2 and gaining fire, cold, and lightning resistance. The old standard magic missile creates 3 glowing darts of magical force that unerringly strike the target, dealing force damage. Stinking Cloud. You create a large sphere of yellow, nauseating gas centered on a point within range with a 5-yard radius. The cloud lingers in the air for 8 seconds. Each creature in the cloud must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is intoxicated and must make a secondary Constitution save or be stunned. Disintegrate. A thin green ray springs from the point of your finger to a target that you can see within range. The creature targeted by this spell must make a dexterity saving throw or take force damage. If this damage kills the target, it is disintegrated. Always a fun thing to have at a party. And then everybody's favorite, Cloud Kill. You create a sphere of poisonous yellow-green fog centered on the point you choose, covering a 5-yard radius. The cloud lasts for 8 seconds. Each creature in the spell's area, that creature must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes poison damage, half as much on a successful save. Frost. Wizards channel the weave to create the power of ice. From simple rays to storms of frozen hail, the spells can both slow and weaken even the most stalwart opponents. Start off with your cantrip here of Ray of Frost. A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks towards the creature within range. On hit, the target takes cold damage and suffers a penalty to their movement speed. Ice Storm. A hail of rock-hard ice pounds the ground in an area covered on a point within range. Each creature within 3 yards of the target point must make a dexterity saving throw or take cold damage and bludgeoning damage, or half as much on a successful save. A creature that fails the save must make a secondary dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. Hailstones turn the storm's area effect into difficult terrain, causing enemies on the area to move more slowly. The ground remains icy, hindering movement for 6 seconds. Cone of Cold. A blast of cold air erupts from your hands in an area 53 degrees yard wide and 20 yards long. Each creature in the area must make a Constitution saving throw or take cold damage, and have to make a secondary Constitution save or be frozen in place for 5 seconds. A creature that makes a successful save takes half damage. Odaluk's Freezing Spear. A frigid globe of cold energy streaks from your fingertips to the point of your choice within range, where it explodes up to a radius of 4 yards. Each creature in the blast must make a Constitution saving throw or take cold damage, half as much on a successful save. The Lightning Tree. Wizards who use the art to channel raw power in the form of lightning. Wizards start with the ability to shock enemies with small sparks that can eventually turn into the ability to unleash powerful electrical storms that leap between enemies on the battlefield. So you start off with your Witch Bolt cantrip. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards the creature within range, forming an arc of lightning between you and the target. On a hit, the target takes lightning damage. Excuse me. Static. Your lightning and thunder attacks are empowered to increase the damage when dealing those types of damage by 2. You also gain a 3% chance to stun your target anytime you deal lightning damage. And that's a passive, and that's actually not a bad thing to have. I mean, 10% chance to stun. Can't go wrong there. Thunder Wave. A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature within 7 yards must make a Constitution saving throw or take thunder damage, get pushed back up to 3 yards, and be deafened for 10 seconds. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and is pushed away a small amount. Be careful when using that. Your allies aren't going to be close by, because I've done that a few times. Lightning Bolt. A stroke of lightning in the form of a line blasts out in a direction of your choice. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw or take lightning damage, or half as much on a successful save. And then everybody's favorite lightning spell ever created, Chain Lightning. You create a bolt of lightning that arcs towards the target of your choice. The bolt then arcs up to 3 other targets within range. Each target that fails a Dexterity saving throw, take lightning damage, or half as much on its successful save. And everybody's Pyro Wet Dreams, the Flame Tree. Flame spells focus on manipulating magical energy in order to produce powerful damaging effects, and are almost exclusively offensive in nature. From the classic Fireball to a swarm of meteors, these spells deal fiery blasts of death to their foe. Your cantrip is just Firebolt. You hurl a mote of fire at the creature or object within range. On a successful hit, the target takes fire damage. Overchannel. You charge yourself with energy, increasing your power. While Overchannel is active, all damage you deal is maximized. However, your cooldowns are increased by 100%, and you take necrotic damage each round. The damage is increased by 3 each round and is unaffected by any damage modifiers. Immolation Sphere. A glassy sphere fire launches towards an enemy and shatters upon impact. The target must make a dexterity check. On a failed save, the target takes fire damage initially and is assaulted by the flaming shards, taking fire damage over 8 seconds. The creature that makes a successful save only takes half the initial damage and no damage over time. Fireball. A bright streak flashes from the point of your finger to a point where you choose and then blossoms into a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature within 6.5 yards centered on the point must make a dexterity saving throw or take fire damage, half as much if they succeed. And Meteor Swarm. 4 blazing orms of fire plummet to the ground in a 6-yard radius of the area you indicate. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw for each time they are struck. A creature takes fire damage and bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. The Manipulator Tree. Manipulator, and this is really like, the rest of that stuff is all sorcerer stuff. This is the real wizards. Manipulators affect the minds of others, influencing or controlling their behaviors. As they become more powerful, master manipulators go from simply confusing the targets to actively controlling their minds, to the point that the foe thinks of them as their best friend. Starting off, we have Sleep. The spell sends creatures into an area in a magic slumber. Each target within a 3-yard radius of the point designated must make a Constitution save or fall unconscious. The spell ends if the target takes damage. However, they still have to stand up, so you actually get quite a few free hits on them, even if you put them to sleep and instantly wake them up. Magic Weapon. Infuses a target ally with a +1 magical bonus to weapon attacks. This effect lasts for 60 seconds. Confusion. The spell assaults and twists the creature's mind, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Each creature in a 2-yard radius sphere centered on the point you choose within range must succeed on a wisdom save or become confused. At the end of each of its turns, an affected target can make additional wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds, the target effect, or this effect ends early. Elemental Weapon. Enchant the target to deal an extra 1d4 force damage on attacks. This effect lasts 60 seconds. Ability points and other ability trees can affect this damage type. So, interesting. And then Charm. You attempt to beguile a creature that you see within range. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for 60 seconds. While charmed, the creature will view you as her ally and assist you in battle. Always a good one to have around. That one costs 3 points. So is Confusion. Yeah, they are pretty powerful though, so it is quite the investment. And the Transmuter. Transmuter modifies energy and matter, changing the world to suit their purpose. Spells of this nature serve both hide and protect the wizard and his companions, while also increasing their effectiveness in combat. Slow. You alter the time in a 4-yard radius around a point you designate. Each creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw, or be affected by the spell up to 60 seconds. An affected target speed is reduced by 30%, takes a negative penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws, and each action is slowed by 30%. Each target must make a new wisdom saving throw each round to attempt to end these early. Invisibility. An ally you designate becomes invisible for 180 seconds. Anything the target is wearing or carrying also becomes invisible. The spell ends if the target attacks or casts a spell. And you can cast this on yourself as well, so, you know, it's a good way to get your wizard out of harm's way quickly. Haste. The world seems to come to a crawl for the target, allowing them to react more quickly to the events around them. For the next minute, the target gains 50% action speed and 2 AC. You can actually get it up to 100%. So putting that on your dual wielder will make them just go crazy. Stone Skin. The spell turns the flesh of a willing creature you touch as hard as stone. For the next 60 seconds, the target gains 20% resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And then, of course, the mass invisibility. An ally you designate and all other allies within 6 yards become invisible for 180 seconds. Anything the target wears or is carrying also becomes invisible. The spell ends when the target attacks or casts a spell. Summoner. This is a good good thing to carry around no matter what tree you go in, because, you know, more things for enemies to attack or to hold off, you know, the back line, the better it's going to be for everyone involved. Summoners change the form of spells into recognizable objects. They often manipulate and control objects they summon, be it a beast bound to their service or an arrow made of acid. Conjure Animal. Summon Space Spirit to take the form of a beast with bonuses to Strength, Constitution, and Dexterity equal to your Intelligence modifier. The summoned creature will match your level up to level 6. The animal will remain by your side until defeated. 120 seconds have passed, or the spell is used again. Cloud of Daggers. You fill the air with the spinning daggers in an area, concentrated on a point you choose within range, then extending it out 3 yards. The dagger remains for 6 seconds. A creature takes slashing damage each round inside the area of effect. Now it gets pretty strong, actually. And it will actually follow a creature around, which is cool too. Melf's Acid Arrow. A shimmering green arrow streaks towards a target within range and bursts in a spray of acid. On hit, the target takes acid damage immediately and over the next 6 seconds. On a miss, the arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much the initial damage and no lingering damage. Hold Monster. Choose a creature that you see within range. The target must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for a minute. The affected target can periodically attempt a new save to break free. Mordenkainen's Sword. You create a sword-shaped plane of force that hovers within range and will seek out and attack enemies, dealing force damage with each attack. The sword will match your level up to 15 and gains bonus to your Strength Constitution equal to your Intelligence. The sword will resist until it's defeated, 60 seconds have passed, or you cast the spell again. And then Big B's Grasping Hand. You create a large hand of shimmering, translucent force to attempt to grapple the creature. The target must make a Wisdom save or be restrained by the floating hand and take bludgeoning damage. The hand lasts 60 seconds, as long as the target fails its periodic strength save. While grappling the target, the hand will crush it, dealing bludgeoning damage over the duration of the spell. And then we're at proficiencies. No news here. I mean, simple weapons, simple daggers, simple bows, and light armor. Pretty standard stuff for a wizard. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this closer look at the wizardry. I'm going to go cough up whatever this is, and I will see you guys next time.